Hey everybody, happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
And happy St. Patrick's Day.
It's Friday and St. Patrick's
Yes.
Day all in the same day.
And I'm sorry that I'm not wearing a green shirt. You're not wearing a green shirt either. And the reason is we have a green screen behind us. And so the shirt wouldn't show up. So I'm going to do this real quick. Sorry. Now you can read our shirts. I'm wearing my Friends of Cats shirt instead, which I figured was the second best thing because we all know how much cats love St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, and I'm wearing my Philippe's sandwiches shirt because we all know how much
Cats enjoy Philippe sandwiches.
yes.
Okay, so before you tell us what this drink is, I'm going to turn on, what am I going to turn on? I'm going to turn on this live video of Dublin, Ireland right now. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning there, and it looks kind of dark, but...
Getting to the wee hours of the morning.
I'm going to make us a little bit smaller. Let's see.
That's my leprechaun voice.
Yeah, I could tell. That was pretty good. Okay, so tell us about this drink.
This is honestly nothing too terribly fancy. It's an Irish Manhattan, otherwise known in some parts as an emerald.
It's good.
It's made with Irish whiskey instead of bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
Bourbon, you'd get a Manhattan. Scotch whiskey, you get a Rob Roy. Irish whiskey, you get an Irish Manhattan or Emerald. And yeah, it's not my favorite.
It's fine and it fits the occasion, although I think I prefer a classic Manhattan with a rye or bourbon.
Yeah. Well, the only Irish whiskey we had on the cart was Bushmills. I don't think we have any Jameson. I think Jameson might be better.
Yeah, well, next
In fact, I know Jameson is better, but...
Remember that one time you dropped the whole bottle of Jameson on our kitchen
awful.
floor? That floor had never been cleaner, though.
No, the floor was very clean, even the grout. We had just moved in this house, and I forget what I was getting the Jameson, and I dropped it, and it was a big mess of glass and whiskey all over that old tile floor that we used to have, which thank goodness is no longer with us. But yeah, I dropped the Jameson, and I mean, it was just it was one of those things where you're like, okay, I've just got to go buy another bottle right now, bring it back, pretend this never happened because it was awful.
And here we are talking about it years later.
Years later, we still remember it.
Okay, let's move on. I'm gonna get rid of it. Oh, you want to watch some more?
Yeah, I want to see what these people are doing. I haven't had a chance to look. So this is in Dublin?
Yeah, it looks like there's a temple bar here, a tobacco shop.
A tobacconist?
Tobacco, is that what they call it?
I think so.
Okay. These people look rather subdued for a bunch of Irish folks at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Look at that one stumbling. Got somebody stumbling right there. Yeah.
These ladies are kind of stumbling around too. Yeah, okay. This dude's going for a jog.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
I think Irish people are just so good at drinking that they can
They're all holding it together.
They can appear normal and hold it together even under extreme. Also, I think that, I don't know, over there, alcohol is, there's like not a stigma or anything, so I don't know that they have as many. I don't know. You go to a St. Patrick's Day parade in this country, you better bring a helmet.
People are off the chain.
Yeah.
Well, I'm part Irish, but I really don't know that much about Ireland or Irish people. So.
Well, okay. I mean,
Have you seen enough?
I've seen enough.
I don't know what this dude was jumping up and doing something weird, but he seems to have said.
I read earlier today that there's another like Irish saint that's also something about cats.
I'll have to look into this. Hopefully, he has a day.
No, it's a she.
Oh, cool. Okay, I can wear my cat shirt again. Okay, well, while you're looking into that, I'm going to get into San Diego weekend events because there is some St. Patrick's Day stuff going on for in San Diego. We didn't have a parade or anything. So going on tonight, it looks like there's a beach party in Ocean Beach with live music, games, and contests and performances by Peach Cooler, Jungle Fire, and Cat Hall. So this is continuing into the night and tomorrow too.
Where is this?
Ocean Beach.
Oh.
Okay, and then, so in the gas lamp, they're having Shamrock San Diego. It's the St. Patrick's Day Festival, and it's already underway. I tried to find a live webcam. There didn't seem to be one.
It's amazing how few live webcams there are.
I know.
I don't understand it because, I mean, if there were live webcams all over, I'd just watch that all the time.
We used to do that back in the old days. I think that webcams used to be more prevalent back in the old days when they were more novel. But
I had an idea for a hotel back then that never came to fruition.
oh yeah, where there's no windows, it's just screens with webcams.
Yes, a room. The hotel would be called a room with a view.
Okay, well it hasn't come to fruition yet.
Right. Well, the hotel can have windows. It's just like if you don't get a window view room, you can have a view.
You're still cool.
Right, because you know how it is when you go to a hotel and you have to get the mountain view or whatever.
Well, that's always the first thing I do when I check into the hotel is I go to the windows and open them up. And like pretty much, if the view is bad, then, well,
Yeah,
okay,
we
whatever.
try.
But
We-
if the
we
view is
try
good,
to-
we're like, all right, we're good.
Right.
Okay, so
So I found
what's
this.
what's up with the cat?
St. Patrick has long received the attention and big parades, but another patron saint of Ireland is making a 21st century comeback.
Okay.
St. Bridget of Kildare, a younger contemporary of St. Patrick, is quietly and steadily gaining a following in Ireland and abroad. Devotees see Bridget and the ancient Irish goddess whose name and attributes she shares as emblematic of feminine spirituality and
Wow.
empowerment.
Okay, how did I not know about this?
Now, when I was a kid, we went to Catholic Mass every Sunday, and the church was called St. Bridget's.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. I'm going to have to look into this some more.
And I would assume that church still exists in Hanford, California.
Well, that's
Any of my Hanford people out there, St. Bridget's still there, right by the post office? Question
I don't
mark.
see any Hanford people in the,
Yeah,
in the
they never.
chat. But
Well, we had one last week.
that's true.
did.
Okay. So anyway, festival's going on Friday. They're going to have some Irish steppers, Celtic rock bands. And then moving on with weekend events, this stuff is not very St. Patrick's-y, but there's like a K-pop festival and Barks and Brews. You can go drink beer with your dog.
Barks and Bruce. Okay.
And some other stuff. Okay, so now go ahead.
What is K-pop? What is
It's
that?
Korean pop.
Oh, okay.
I'm not really a fan, but maybe that's just because I haven't seen enough of it.
You know who is a fan of that is Clark. I don't know if Clark's out there, but Clark, if you come up, you can
Enlighten us.
enlighten us about K-pop because he was big into it. I don't know if he
Okay.
still is.
All right, so let's talk about the market now. But before we do, I was thinking that we could do something called Market Minute, where we try to talk about the market for exactly 1 minute.
Oh, okay.
Okay, where's the
You're
present?
going back to my radio days now, where I have to do one 1 minute. Okay, 60 seconds. All right.
So, but I thought of this like, let me turn the shamrock off. I thought of this only a few minutes before we were going to get started, so I didn't really
Right.
have time to find a very good timer. So I have kind of like a shoddy hourglass that was a 10-second hourglass, and I pulled it into Premiere real quick and stretched it out to make a minute.
All right. Well, let's
So, okay, so I'm going to
We'll
turn
see
on
how
this
I do.
hourglass. Yeah, okay. Go.
see. Okay. This week in San Diego real estate, we saw continuing declines in the number of homes for sale. The week before, there had been a minor uptick, but it did not last. It's going down again, although relatively flat. The number of pending sales is continuing to outpace the number of new listings. New listings did jump up the week of March 8th, but then plummeted yet again between the 8th and the 15th. And of course, we see our closed sale curve right here, pretty much following this pending sale curve, this pending sale curve from 4 or 5 weeks ago here. So essentially, not much has changed other than we thought we were going to see the spring surge right here, but then it stalled and came back down. So as long as
Interest
interest rates,
The interest
interest rates
slide.
are sorry.
There's a slide.
Oh, sorry.
Where did it go?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Dang it. That was okay. That when the timer's gone, I told you it was not a very good timer. So
Okay, well, see, what I thought I had to do was talk about that slide for 60 seconds.
Oh.
I forgot that we were going to have
okay.
to
Well,
advance the
just
slide.
spend like 10 seconds on
All right.
interest rates. Which
Well, rates, the average rate came down a little bit this week, and it's going to be really hard to talk about this in 10 seconds because the rates came down because of the Silicon Valley bank collapse
and other bank stuff happening.
and other
too.
bank stuff
Yeah.
happening. And why did it happen? Why did that happen? It happened because the Federal Reserve has been cranking up interest rates in an effort to reduce inflation, but they have also created, I believe it's called the inverse bond yield, and all these banks are holding on to bonds that are not worth as much.
They've got long-term bonds that they bought when rates were low, which are now not worth as much because now rates are higher, and bonds that you buy now are worth more.
So your savior, the Federal Reserve, who's here to help you, supposedly has now created this other situation, but it is causing lower mortgage rates, at least right now, which is good. And all of this bank volatility could definitely cause the Fed to arrest their interest rate hikes, hopefully, and give us lower mortgage rates by springtime or later into the spring.
It's all very complicated.
It is so complicated.
We like to see, reasonable mortgage rates for folks who are buying and selling. And folks who are selling because people aren't going to buy if the rates are too high.
And I don't put the Fed up on a pedestal because they're really not here to help us per se. They're there to help banks. Anyway, sorry.
All right. Well,
I'm still angry at that one person.
Well, let's next week maybe we'll have like a 1 minute angry rant or something, but not today. I need to get out of here.
All right. So next time I'll do it in a minute.
Okay. So usually we would watch a cat video now, and we're not going to do that today.
What?
We're not going to watch a cat video.
Why?
No, well, instead we're going to watch this condor chick.
Oh.
So this is the first condor chick to hatch this season at I'm going to call it the Wild Animal Park because that's what I'm used to, but we all know what the official name is.
Yes.
So this is a condor chick, and I thought it's one of these things where the animal is like kind of ugly but also cute. So like a hairless cat.
Yeah, condor.
So we're going to watch this condor chick hatch.
A condor is a raptor. I mean, they're not exactly pretty birds. They're kind of, oh, look at that.
I mean, it's cute.
Of course, it's a little baby condor.
Right.
Which is a minor miracle in itself, given where the California condor was just a few short years ago.
Yeah, maybe it was when I was a kid, but when I was much younger, there was the condor crisis, and they seemed to have pulled back.
Well, that's cool. A new condor.
Yeah, that's good.
A bird of prey.
Yes. Okay. All right. There we go. So next week we'll go back to cat videos, but today it was a condor.
Speaking of Hanford, the California condor used to soar over the tules of the San Joaquin Valley looking for prey.
Yes, back in the old days.
Well,
what are they? Oh, I don't know what this is. This is just up next in the watch list. Why are these people
drilling a hole in a boot?
I learned this fashion hack in Italy.
Oh,
really?
Please. You learned how to slice your boots up.
What are these people doing? I don't know what this is. I didn't plan this.
Okay, well.
What is happening? How long is this video?
You never know with these Facebook videos.
It doesn't say how long it is.
Oh, she's.
Oh, okay. Well, all right.
We're making.
I've seen enough. Have you seen enough?
Fine.
Okay. So this was daylight savings week.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and I'm still kind of trying to recover from that.
I know. I've been so sleepy.
I mean, it's nice, I guess, if you have more. Why is this happening? Sorry, guys. It's nice if you have more daylight in the evening, I guess, but also when you have to get people up early in the dark to go to school, it's not good. So I've had a few people. Oh, there's a cat. There's a cat hair stuck on my mouse. That's why it's not working. I've had a few people this week tell me that they think that now that we've switched back, we're not switching again. That's it.
But that's not true.
That's not necessarily true. So there was a bill introduced in the Senate that passed overwhelmingly or unanimously, but it died in the House. It never made it to the vote. So now the bill has been reintroduced. And I'm not going to, you all can research who's backing it and who's not or whatever on your own, because I don't really want to get political or not. But anyway, we have reintroduced the Sunshine Protection Act of 2023. So we could make daylight savings permanent, but it's not a thing right now. It hasn't happened yet.
I guess we'll see.
I guess we'll see. Yes. Okay, so SeaWorld is getting a new roller coaster. It is the longest and fastest, or it will be the longest and fastest on the West Coast. It's supposed to open this spring, and it's called, what is it called? Arctic rescue. So it's supposed to simulate. I'm gonna maximize this here. It's supposed to simulate being on a snowmobile and rescuing some animals.
Because usually when you're doing that, you're flipping upside down and twisting sideways and going 70 miles an hour.
Well, these people seem to be having a good time.
Yeah. This is yet another roller coaster I won't be riding.
Well, I'm not really a big roller coaster person. I like Space Mountain is my
that's about where
my top speed there.
I'm just not that daring. Plus, I don't want to wait in the line for it.
Yeah. Anyway, new roller coaster coming this spring, and it looks like those folks are enjoying it, even though it does not yet exist.
This was a big week. I mean, we had daylight savings time kick in on Sunday morning at 2 a.m. And then Monday, of course, being the 13th, and then Tuesday being Pi Day, 3.14.
Yeah.
And then the 15th being the Ides of March. And then the 16th, my sister Julie's birthday.
That's
and
a big day.
Some other, there's also, some not so good stuff happened on the 16th to one of our friends, but I won't bum people out with that. And then the 17th, of course, St. Patty's Day. So, I mean...
Well, here we are.
It's a week packed with...
Ooh, those chimes mean we're getting an Amazon package, too.
It's probably our new sound card. You folks have no idea.
You might not know, but we have a lot of issues with our audio.
Yes, a lot of audio issues. Right now, the 300 millisecond offset is applied and seems to be working reasonably well. But currently we're using the onboard motherboard audio interface to plug into and record, and we are upgrading to a Sound Blaster, more pro audio sound card to handle the microphones and
other stuff.
Yes.
Well, hopefully next week we'll be back and better than ever.
Yes, indeed.
So, okay, pickleball is apparently America's fastest growing sport. I've never seen anyone play pickleball. I've never played it.
Yeah.
But it sounds like a lot of people really don't like it. And I'm going to start this video here of these people playing pickleball. But apparently it's very noisy. It's like, I was hoping they were going to show us a close-up. Oh, that's tennis. That's not pickleball.
No, that's pickleball.
Is it? Mm-hmm. It's with the tennis ball?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a tennis ball or not. It's a pickleball.
Somebody was telling us it was like one of those things for playing badminton, but it sounds like that's not.
It's not a.
I won't say who told us that, but it's someone who sometimes gives us incorrect information.
Who, John?
Okay. So people are mad about it because they're building these courts close to residences.
Yeah, and
it's really noisy. And so there's lots of petitions and lawsuits and stuff. And this dude, let's see. Okay, so Rob Mastroianni of Falmouth, Massachusetts.
Falmouth, Massachusetts.
Okay, sorry. Sold his house and moved after the town's recreation department built pickleball courts 350 miles away. Oh, 350.
Do you need me to read this?
Do you want to talk about pickleball?
No, you go right.
Okay. They were close to his house. He didn't like it. It was noisy, and he moved.
It's a percussive pop. It pierces the air and carries, he said. And I have never seen pickleball played, but I can imagine that pop might become unnerving at all hours of the day.
A constant popping 12 hours a day, 7 days a week is borderline torture.
I guess it might be.
Said one resident who lives next to a park in Vienna, Virginia.
Yikes.
Okay, pickleball. So
I sold. Well, I didn't sell the house. We wrote an offer on a house a couple years ago, and they had built a pickleball court, and it was in an HOA. It was up in Escondido. I forget the name of the HOA off the top of my head, but it's one of the ones up there. They have large lots, and the owner had built a pickleball court and was moving because the HOA forced them to not play pickleball.
Wait, The HOA forced them to not play pickleball?
Yeah, because the neighbors were complaining.
Oh, okay.
It was
All right.
it was these. I mean, I don't know what it is about pickleball. I mean, it looks fun enough. I don't know why you can't stop playing it. But
It's addictive,
apparently,
I guess.
people get addicted to
Okay.
pickleball, and then they're out there smacking that ball day and night.
All right.
I guess the tennis racket has webbing, so
Oh,
that
yeah,
the
it's
sound
not as-
probably goes, through it. I mean, it does make a sound, but that pickleball, it's like a paddle.
Yeah, I guess it does look noisy.
They should go with ping pong.
Ping pong. Yeah,
Same thing.
everyone
I
loves
mean,
ping pong.
Yeah, sure.
So let's do a This Day in History.
All right.
So this day in history, on March 17th, 1845, Stephen Perry, a British inventor, received a patent for the first rubber band.
Oh, Perry.
Yeah.
Hold on.
So
Sorry.
Charles Goodyear introduced rubber to the world in 1839, and it took 6 years to get the rubber band going. It seemed like that would have been first thing.
So Goodyear introduces rubber, and then Steve Perry invents rubber bands.
Yes.
In addition to being a phenomenal rock vocalist, he also invented, and then like 100 years earlier, guy's phenomenal.
He's very prolific.
Oh man.
So then I found this YouTube video of how rubber bands are made, and it's
Okay.
actually very interesting. And the video is a couple minutes long, so we can, probably talk about whatever while it's playing. But it
All right.
actually looks fairly satisfying. So I'm going to start 24 seconds in here with some dough that they're kneading.
This is rubber dough.
Yeah, rubber dough.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm going to move us.
And like originally rubber came from a rubber tree, right? Or a
Well,
tree.
I think you probably still need the sap from a rubber tree plant
can
to
make
make
synthetic
it. Oh yeah,
rubber.
they probably do. I don't know.
They can use petroleum.
Okay, so
products.
this dude's using these big rollers.
Oh wow, nice. Yes.
I don't know where this factory is.
Steve Perry.
All right. Well, did you have anything else that you wanted to talk about this week? You probably just let the rubber factory footage roll.
I'm ready to just let the rubber factory footage rock, and tell everybody happy St. Patty's Day.
Oh well, you sound like you're wrapping it up. There's still
Oh.
2 minutes left of this video.
Well, no, okay, sorry.
It takes a few minutes to make rubber bands.
Oh.
So they've got these twists and bundles here.
Those look like baklava.
They do. So they're gonna put it in this thing, and it's gonna make it into long hollow tubes.
They're extruding it.
Yes, an extruder.
Wow.
They have to use a lot of talcum powder in this to keep it from sticking together.
Oh, that's not necessarily good.
No, I wonder if they could maybe switch to cornstarch, but
Probably.
I guess they probably thought of that.
Well, like many other things and products in our modern world, it's completely unsustainable, and
Yeah.
someday the whole thing's going to come crashing down, and everybody's going to go, "What happened?" And hopefully that'll be long after we're dead.
Well, hopefully they figure out a better, more sustainable way to make rubber bands, because
Yeah, those are
I don't know if I
important.
want to live in a world without rubber bands.
They are useful. Wow! So they're taking these big in the steam oven. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's like an autoclave. It's like a giant.
Yeah, they're
autoclave.
vulcanizing the rubber.
Oh, so that's what vulcanizing is.
I guess so.
Oh, and then they shoot air in there to get them out.
Snap those tubes off of there.
Better be careful. You snap yourself in the face
It
with
would
that
seem
thing.
like they should be wearing eye protection, but
Yeah,
give those folks some eye protection.
I don't think they have unions wherever this is.
Okay, so now they're washing them. Look at all that talcum powder.
Wow.
Okay, and then dry them up. And now, they're not cutting him. Are they cutting him? No, they're still not.
They're squirting it with
Now they're
some
getting him wet
water.
again.
Okay. Rolling it through again.
It's almost time to cut them. That's my favorite part when they cut them. I've already seen this a couple
Oh, I
times.
see. They're gonna slice. I see what they're gonna do. I think I see what's gonna happen here.
It's almost time. Here we
Yeah.
go. Look,
Oh,
they're slicing them.
Slicing them.
Yeah,
Nice.
slice and dice. 1.5 millimeters, an average thickness for a rubber band.
Nice. All right. Well, there
Cut
you.
500,000 rubber bands in an hour. But wait, this is the best part. Not this part. That's good too. Look at all those rubber bands.
Man.
That was really cool. Okay. All right, rubber band day. So
Today is National Rubber Band
well,
Day.
I'm just calling it that because this was when the rubber band patent was approved.
This is when Steve Perry,
Steve Perry got his rubber band patent.
105 let's see, about 137 years later, he wrote Wheel in the Sky.
Thank you, Steve Perry, for your many contributions
Yes.
to humanity.
Back then in 1845, he was known as Stephen.
Okay, we're good now, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you everyone for joining us, and hope you have a wonderful St. Patrick's Day and a good weekend, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.